So my dude's Valk here, and today we're going to be talking about beta cycle changes on Yoimiya, why everyone's upset about them, and also why we wouldn't talk about them. So beta cycle changes. Basically, Yoimiya got changed significantly, and the fact that her ult got about a third of the damage reduced on it, and that's why a lot of people are upset about it. But they changed a bunch of other things on her, and we'll talk about that here in a bit. But I want to make sure that I make it clear to you guys that these are all beta cycle changes. These are MiHoYo trying to fine-tune a unit to be live in the way they want them to. You don't want to call them nerfs or buffs whenever they're in beta because it's just MiHoYo testing different things. That's why they are in a beta cycle, so they can be tested. If people constantly get upset about changes inside a beta cycle, then obviously they're never going to let us know about how a unit performs while it's in beta. So, yeah, I just want to make that clear right away. The reason we do this, or the reason I even cover it, because it's a good indication of the direction MiHoYo wants the unit to be whenever it hits live. Yoimiya is a really good example of what I mean by this. So, if we get into it, this is one of the few times, again, I'm going to mention the multipliers on units that are not out yet, that are currently in beta cycle. All this can change. Everything I'm about to say can change literally tomorrow. But as of right now, this is the situation, and this is why I want to talk about it, so you guys are very aware as to why some people are very upset. So, let's get into it. Yoimiya's ult, the initial skill damage, it used to deal 322.56% at level 10, and the little explosion damage, the tick damage, which I'll explain how our ult works in a second, it used to deal 233.28%, and it was a 20-second cooldown and an 80 energy cost ult. Now, what it all is, it is 228.96 for the initial skill damage. It is 219.6 for the little tick damage. And then it is a 15-second duration, and it's a 60 energy cost ult. So they slashed the damage on the initial hit by about a third. The little tick damage hasn't really changed too much. It got a little bit of a hit, about 10% off. And then other than that, it's a 15-second cooldown, and it's only 60 energy costs now. So exactly how does her ult work, and how is this significant? So the way her ult works is she kind of she shoots a firework at the enemy, and she applies a little, like, you know how Child has the sigil that he can apply on an enemy? Riptide, she applies something like that. Anytime any character hits it, it deals a small little pyro explosion, and it deals the number that I was telling you before, the 219.6%, it deals that, and it applies pyro. It has a small internal cooldown on it. I'm not entirely sure exactly what the number is on the internal cooldown, but it can be applied over and over, so she's going to be a good pyro applicator, especially as support for someone like Ganyu. She's going to be very, very, very strong in that regard. And it shows that they want to take her more into a sub DPS slash supporty route, which I am all for. I love support units. I think we should need a lot more support units. She's not going to be pure support, obviously, but she's going to be a very strong pyro applicator for melt comps. And it shows they want to put her into this direction by lowering the energy cost of her ult and lowering the cooldown on her ult. So it makes it where you can constantly have more ult uptime, because 5 seconds in reality is not that much time. That's essentially swapping through your characters one cycle, and about 5 seconds is done. So she's going to be really, really good in that regard. She's going to be good as a basically sub DPS slash quick swap team type of unit, especially whenever her skill doesn't have that much uptime, whenever you compare it to somebody like Hu Tao or Child that are very, very similar kit-wise. And also, her constellations got small increases. Her C4 got changed from the cooldown being decreased by 1 second to 1.2 seconds. And also, her C6 got a small increase as well. Normals have a 50% chance of firing an extra blazing arrow to deal 60% of its original damage. And it's considered normal attack damage, so it can be affected by things like rust, etc. So she got some changes, some increases, some decreases. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Would you guys want to use Yoimiya more as a sub DPS role unit, or would you want to use her basically as a primary DPS. If you're planning on getting Yoimiya, let me know what you guys think. Although I know I'm probably slaughtering her name. I told you guys, whenever we go to Inazuma, I'm gonna slaughter all the names, dude. It's just one thing I tend to be really good at. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about how you're going to use Yoimiya, and if so, what do you think about these changes? Do you want her to be geared more towards primary DPS or sub DPS quick slop? Anyways, I'll catch you guys later. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you all for watching as always. Peace.